Hey everybody, hope you're having a great week. This is Jess with Solbee Home. I have a couple new release IOD products and I wanted to show you guys two projects. This one is called Emily Claire. It's a new transfer pack and it is absolutely darling. There are so many cute little, it's almost storybook-esque style transfers to choose from. And this first project that I'm going to use some transfers from this pack for is super simple. I'm not even going to paint it. It's just going straight on the raw wood. And I'm just going to kind of pick what's going to fit. This is a little tray from Michael's. So I'm going to start by placing this transfer directly in the middle of the tray. I'm just going to use the burnishing stick that came with the pack, and I like to kind of rub it all over carefully and then start in the corner while lifting up that carrier sheet. So now I'm just burnishing the entire transfer very carefully with one of the shop rags that's like a disposable paper towel, but a little smoother. And I've searched through my pack for a couple other pieces that will fit on this outer edge. I don't want this piece to be too busy, so I'm not going to cover the entire thing. And this is a great project if you have a vendor booth or just want to make your own home decor. I also did another one of these before that was just from leftover cuts from other packs, and it's a great way to kind of use those up. This little moth right here is probably one of my favorite little pieces. I know it's simple, but I love the color of that. It's just so cute. To go ahead and seal these, I'm going to be using clear wax. I'm not just going to do over the transfer because then you would be able to see a variation with the background color. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in those other areas and wipe off the excess. For me, I'm going to stop at the clear wax, but if you want a more antique look, you could add a darker wax on top of the clear. You could even add some gilding wax on the edges. It kind of just depends on the look that you are going for. So my next one is going to be this Upcycled urn vase jar. I cleaned it and then I went back over with 2 layers of gesso to prime my piece. This had sat in my booth for a while, not selling as it was, so I'm gonna finally give it the makeover it deserves. So this is after 2 coats of gesso, and then I'm just going to take some leftover chalk style paint that I have, and due to the size of this project, it's perfect for using up some of this paint. And it's a light blue tone called Belle of the Ball. And I'm only going to be doing 1 coat of this paint, and I don't want perfect coverage because I do want this to look like an older piece. So it's fully dried and I can move on to adding some stamps. This is Palais de Fleurs. And I'm going to kind of mix and match some of this. It was inspired by a wallpaper in France. This is China Blue ink. And my ink pad could stand a refill, but since this project is supposed to look older, I'm not going to be adding any more ink to it right now. And I'm very carefully applying this stamp as it is a curved surface, so I'm trying to keep one hand still at all times and letting the other kind of work around all those curved edges. Only one side is going to have a full stamp set on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and stamp the lid. The other side, 3 sides of the jar are going to have some stamps and transfers. And since I only want a portion of this stamp to go on my lid, I'm just using painter's tape to not get ink on the other parts of the stamp and then removing it before placing the stamp on the lid. That way I don't get the excess ink on my lid either. And this curved surface is a little trickier than the larger side, but it's okay. It's working great. This is actually the perfect fit for this. I just really love this color combo. I don't think you can go wrong with these 2 colors together. And if you're new to my channel, I'll go ahead and let you know I clean these off with a baby wipe almost as soon as I'm done using the stamp. And then I go wash it in my sink. Sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I typically end up just doing a baby wipe and it works out fine for me, but follow your own stamp care and guidelines. That's just what I do. Now, if I use paint on a stamp, that's a whole nother story, but this is for using the IOD ink. I'm just using a little dryer real quick on my ink. And now I'm gonna do the same thing with the painter's tape for another element of one of the stamps and add that to the 3 other sides of my piece. So this is Flora Greca. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm going to be using some of the floral and avian elements for my piece here on the other 3 sides that don't have full stamp coverage. So these make Upcycles very easy, and it's just a very gorgeous and really quick way to get some beautiful elements onto an upcycle project. So I used to be able to get stuff like this all the time when I was thrifting for like $5, if not even less sometimes. Now I can't find hardly anything. And if I saw something like this, it would probably be $15 to $25 at my thrift stores. What are you guys seeing in your area? It's really not nearly as fun as it used to be. I probably have a better chance of getting something on sale at Hobby Lobby or Michael's to refinish than I do at the thrift store now, which is really sad. And I don't really like going to estate sales. Some people are like, well, hey, you just need to do that. But there's not that many around me, and sometimes the parking is super sketchy around here for that. I got stuck in someone's yard last time I went to an estate sale. And so I don't do that very often. But I'm not trying to complain. I'm just wondering if you guys are dealing with the same issues in your area. So to burnish this, I'm just using a towel very carefully because this does have some texture to it, but I'm out of my little rags. Now I'm going to seal this with the same clear wax that I did the first piece, but then I'll be antiquing this one as well. And I think a lot of you know this already, but if you're going to use a dark wax, it's a lot easier and recommended to do clear first. That way, if you have too much dark, you can go ahead and buff it back off with clear wax. So this is the brown by Jolie, and I'm just using some cardboard to offload it. And then I'm doing kind of a heavy application on definitely the bird topper finial piece, and then also the edges of the lid and the body. We'll kind of have less on the transfers and stamp areas and more on the edges too. And then I realized I had another box of my rags in the garage. I pulled those upstairs to my studio, and now I'm able to use that to remove the wax. And that's just to your artistic discretion, how much you want to remove. If you can't get some of it off in areas that you don't want it on, like I said earlier, just use a little bit of clear wax to remove that. So I have some new molds to use also to show y'all, and those will be coming up soon. But this is what I have for you so far. I did get my order a little bit late because of this crazy weather that we've been having. And I'm definitely not the fastest at editing a video. It's one thing to do a project, but to edit the video is a whole other ballgame. And I love this combination. I think it's sort of an unexpected combination pairing this stamp with this transfer set, but they work perfectly together. So here's the final result for this decorative urn, and it is absolutely gorgeous. And we can't forget about the final reveal of the tray from earlier. So here's how that turned out. It's super cute as well. I still have a lot more fun to be had with these transfer packs. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Have an awesome week.